Well, this week's quick sketch is going to be of a lighthouse, and you'll see the picture on your screen that I'm working from. Now, the idea here is I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I want my sketch to be quick and spontaneous, and so I'm just going to be working pretty quickly. I'm using a pen that cannot be erased. I'm not working with a pencil because that way I'm not going to be tempted to go back and change things. But I just want to get a feel for drawing this. Again, it's not intended to be a finished picture, but I am going to come in with a little watercolor, and we'll see what we can do to dress it up a little bit as we go forward. So that's the plan. I'm going to move, you can't see it, but I'm going to move my iPad a little bit here because I don't have it to where I can see very well. All right, my timer is going to start. This is going to be a 15-minute maximum time drawing. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to start with a horizon line. And if you look at the photo, it's about 3/4 of the way down. So I'm just going to lay in. I'm not going to use a ruler, not going to try to make it perfect. Okay, but then I'm going to go from there and just try to draw. This is a technique I learned from another artist. Just draw a single line. Again, it's kind of like contour drawing, but it's not blind contour, and I'm not really trying to get a really good rendering in the sense that I really want this to be perfect. I want to go with essentially one line as much as possible. Sometimes I'm taking my pen off just to get some details here, but this is just kind of a good way to practice. And it's kind of fun too, because when you put yourself on a kind of a timer here, and you're not worrying too much about the details, then you can relax and just have a good time. And that's to me the biggest and most important part of the whole drawing process is having fun. I'm having to go back and forth taking my glasses off and putting them on because sometimes I can't see real well here. So going back to this building, again, as you can tell, I'm not sticking entirely with one straight line. I'm picking it up and moving it a little bit. And I draw this little ridge, I don't know what you call it. And then just give a little hint of a curve here. Since we're kind of looking up at that part, it should curve like that. And then I want to kind of come in here to show the inner part of that light. And then there's the bulb right there. And this is kind of a fence. I'm not going to try to draw in all of the lines of the fence or guard, I guess it is. But that's what it's intended to be. Okay, so we've got a fence here, and I'm just going to draw some fence posts in. And I'm going to switch my glasses. That's better. Now I've got glasses where I can actually see. That always helps, you know. Okay, so we have sort of a retaining wall here. And that's going to come all the way down here to that first group of trees. Obviously, I kind of ran out of room, so I didn't get to put in as many trees as possible, but that's okay. Again, this is partially intended to just be an experiment. This might be a study that you're going to use to be the basis for a more serious painting. And draw this little kind of outcropping here. It's probably not quite as rounded as it is in the photo. Okay, sort of rocky terrain here. This area is much darker. The shoreline. There's really not much of anything going on either in the sky. We've got a few clouds up here, and I may suggest a few when I start painting, but I'm not going to try to draw any in. Okay, so we have one more little ridge here. Ledge maybe is a better word for it. And it's going to sort of kind of bump out there. And then we have got, that's probably maybe a door out to that ledge. And then we've got some windows. And I'm just going to, got four windows coming down, which I don't know that I'm going to have room for all of them. I'm going to try. And then, just like that. And then we've got some windows on the other side. And so I'm going to try to keep those roughly in line. And I'm not sure, at least on the photo, what those other ones are. They almost look like they may just be reflecting light, but they don't look dark. So I'm not sure what we've got there. And again, that bottom one, actually on both of these, I'm going to extend that down because that actually looks more like a door. It's so big. It's even got a little peak there, so let's put that. There's a little hint of a window frame there. Okay, and then again we got a bit of a ledge here. So let's go back and put that in. And that's going to come around here. And then we've got kind of a corner here. And this comes this way. We've got a couple of posts. Okay, I'm down to about 7 minutes, so I've used a little bit more than half of my time. And you notice I haven't done any shading or anything like that at this point. Okay, so there's my basic drawing. I can come in here and maybe tweak these trees a little bit. Let's give them a little bit more shape. like this is going to go this way. We got a little bit of a chimney there. I'm going to go ahead and color in these. I didn't put one on that side up here. I've got 2 windows there. Okay, so there's my basic sketch. I've got about 5 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color just a bit. And this time I'm using these watercolor brush pens that you put your own color in them. And I really like these. They're kind of a nice thing if you want to do some quick sketching. I'm just going to put some clear water down because I just want a hint of a maybe blue sky here. So I'm putting just some clear water down, and I'm going to come in. I've got watercolor ink in all of these, so I'm going to come in, give that a squeeze if it needs a little extra pigment there. And I come in and just lay in some color. Next, I'm going to come into my Lighthouse here. It's white, but I want to add a little bit of shading here. So I'm going to come in again, put some clear down. I'm going to just kind of, I've got some purple in this, and I'm going to have to be careful. I don't want to just get it to where it's really dark purple, because in the picture it's not a particularly shadowy situation, but purple is going to be my color for that. Come back again with clear and maybe pull some of that across just to kind of soften it. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. Put in a little clear water. Come back in with my purple. Ooh, that's quite a bit. This particular brush likes to be very generous with the color. Some of them more so than others. If you heard that gong, that means I have 2 minutes left. Okay, so I haven't done any green. So let's go in and do our trees a bit. Now these are a lot brighter, so I'm going to have to tone that down. And we'll take care of that in a second. Working quickly now. Okay, I'm going to come in with red, which is kind of a complement of green, and that's going to hopefully give me a little bit more of, well, that red is going to be so strong, I'm going to have red trees. Well, that's the fun of experimenting. If I had more than 2 minutes, I would play with this more, but there it's starting to get more of the kind of color I'm looking for down here. Let me throw in a little purple just to kind of get that darker through here. But hey, when I work with chalk, I draw blue trees, so, you know, red trees isn't that big a deal. I just get a little color in there for fun. Okay, and I've got 38 seconds left on my timed picture. I'm going to just throw in a little orange to be my rocks. Some of that is bleeding through, but that's okay. Some of these brushes, again, tend to be really generous with the water. Other ones, not so much. So I'm coming in here. And I don't have any browns, so I'm having to kind of improvise to create browns as much as I can. Just kind of mix and match that. And if you hear that nice harp sound, that means that my 15 minutes is up. So I am done with this one. Okay, I hope you will give it a try. It's not a difficult picture, and I'm sure you can do better than I did. So give this picture a try and send me a photo of it, and we'll post it on our Facebook page, and I might even show it in my next video. So thanks for watching. I'm Jim Pence with See the Light, and keep drawing, keep painting, and don't forget to have fun.